Oh, did you want to hear the rest of that song? No, too bad. Good news, that's what the archive page is for, where I usually do let that run, but I do actually want to go ahead and hop in, because it's been a little bit since we played. Been about, 11 days, give or take? Work has decided to do as stupid, as is oft tradition, so it has been a bit. Race to the finish, huh? Who will be clearing around the speediest racer of all the events features race-type stadium events. Choose a machine that's suited to racing and focusing on powering up your speed. Interesting. Alright. One of the big things we wanted to talk about, I'm going to see if it actually has everything here. Oh no, it does not. The version 1.2.0 update is now available. As this update, players can scan amiibo, yada yada yada. The behavior of some machines and riders has been adjusted. Oh, it actually doesn't have it on here specifically. Okay. So, as it turns out, the guesses were true about in City Trial, particularly on non-online mode. Dyna Blade appearing was not occurring, quote-unquote, as often as it should. It seems like what that actually meant is that it wasn't appearing at all, at least not in, like, single-player or non-online mode. So we are going to play a couple rounds of City Trial and see if I can't actually manage to get that. As for this last one, this will probably just be done off-screen. I might go ahead and just, like, play full riders and see if I can find the Mega Cannon and do that. It's worth a try. But, yeah, that one definitely seems like a... probably get as many other players as I can and, you know, just have some AI or other players, and then we all just meet up when somebody finds that cannon and just let the other players take the hit. But we'll try and see that if we can do that. Regardless of that, whether we get these two or not, after a couple rounds, I'm thinking like 5, 6, maybe somewhere in there, we will hop back to online mode and continue working on here. I think for a little while, I'm actually going to be doing online air ride rather than online City Trial, just to get more of these checkboxes unlocked and also get some of these ones that we can't see what they are. Because I would like to try to have everything available to see exactly what I want to do, and if we can manage to pull it off and there's still more City Trial stuff, which I do believe there is at least some, then yeah, there's at least one right there. So if we can manage to pull that off, then from there we will see what we can do.
City Trial.
For now, though, we will do City Trial. I'm going to set it to 6 minutes, I think. I don't want to go for full 7. I think 6 is plenty, honestly. As for who, you probably want a good flyer. So we'll go Scarfy. Number of riders. I don't want to have, like, well, no, I probably do want to have a ton, honestly. Let's go ahead and do the full gambit, I think. Active stadiums does not really matter here. So I'm actually going to put everything on again. It's been a while since we've done that, so yeah, we'll just put everything on, since it ultimately does not matter. Some people were saying that it did seem to matter if Dyna Blade would show up depending on what events came up, but I think it was just a case of it was actively not appearing near as much as it should have. So, let's give it a go. So yeah, I'm not looking to win whatever stadium pops up. Like, I will still grab a machine and, you know, get it set up to where it's able to fly and go a decent speed, but I do want control over everything else in this particular instance. Yeah, that Shadow Star's gone. In this particular instance, because of trying to get the attack on Dyna Blade's head. Excuse me, you already have a Shadow Star, and there's nothing from me you need, so please go away. Dude, stop. Seriously. So yeah, I'm gonna look for a decent glider. Wing or paper would be the most ideal for me personally. A wheelie bike would be nice, however, it's not gonna be much use for me in particular. Rare boxes appeared with rare fakes, like that one, for example, that appeared directly in front of me, that there was no way for me to avoid. Yeah, that one. Alright, thanks for that, lads. Yep, there was no way to tell if that one was real or not because of the stupid thing in the way. Yeah. star, perfect.
Paper star.
Health would be good. Both health increase and also just getting food items. Oh, get your own. Yeah, this feels like pretty decent control. Good turn on it. Guess that was an explosion. Yep. There's our health back up to full. Feeling pretty good with this. Again, there's no need to go absolutely insane on this, so I'm going to keep it pretty mild. Special formation machines, don't really care about that. I don't think we quite have enough to get to the island at the top, but we could give it a try. Oh, we do, actually. Okay. I don't want that top speed, but I'll take everything else. There's one up there, but I don't think there's any way for me to currently reach that. No, there's no way. That, however. Excuse me. What is with the AI being like, hey, I noticed that you don't seem to have anything I want, but I'm gonna attack you anyway. Yeah, look, there was nobody over here, and then I come over here, and then all of a sudden everyone's followed me. Yeah, I don't really want the bonuses from Dust Up Derby right now, and even if I did, there's a very, very low chance of me actually being able to win that. See, I think time would probably be better spent. A, looking for health, and B, potentially looking for that cannon. I do know what item I'm looking for. I do know what it looks like. I also know I usually don't see them very often, so who knows where one is, or if there are any even on the map right now. Good job, AI. We're proud of you. Not really. We really don't care. Poking around, see if we can find one. I know typically we did not see these while going through City Trial, but also I was typically keeping the CPU number pretty low, so I do think genuinely that might have had something to do with it. But even if I could find it now, I don't think it would matter.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I am still going to do all stadiums, so if I get to like 0 seconds, I'm not just going to pause and back out, because this will still give us coins, and we still have things to buy, so I am still going to go through them in full. If that had been like air glide instead of high jump, I probably would have gone for that, but that's okay.
3, 2, 1, go!
That 500 did not work as I thought it was supposed to. Let's just go for the hundreds. Go for the big one here. Nice. Very, very nice. That alone probably was enough to get first. Well, it wouldn't have been, but it would have been a good chunk of points. That would have put us basically in top 4, guaranteed. Even top 3, really. Whereas the Jetstar got second place there, but oh well. Yeah, I don't plan on doing this for the entire stream. Like I said, I'm probably going to give this like 5 attempts total. And then from there, if we don't get it, we'll just move on to something else. Because this one is just a case of waiting it out. Just pure RNG, not a case of... oh, I don't know what I'm doing, where I'm going, etc. This one is just waiting out for the game to make the right event appear. I guess one other thing you could do for the cannon, at least for making it slightly easier, is add the handicap penalties and add all the additional weight to make them go very slow. I don't know if that would help or make it worse, though, because if they move more, then there's more chance they go into the line of fire. They kind of both have their pros and cons, I guess. A secret room opened. That's nice. I would rather have the Shadow Star currently.
Shadow Star!
It's just a bunch of rockets. I don't really care about that. Stuff. We could check the other various secrets and see if anybody's bothered to collect those or not. Looks like it's empty up there. Let's try the one in town, see if that one's been purged of its items. No, but just food. Lots of spaghetti. And as is tradition after eating lots of spaghetti, also a nap. Crystals down here, anything? This one looks like it has been devoured. Zones massively increased in number. I'm actually okay with that, because if Dyna Blade did appear right now, I wouldn't really be able to do much. Glide. I've got the speed I want for it, but I definitely don't have the glide. Ow. There's my health back up. those, though. Aha, there we are. Hello, Dyna Blade. I've got next to no glide. And somebody's now revving their engine outside. That's beautiful. Thank you for doing that. Everyone is extremely proud, especially your parents. Yeah, no, I can't get high enough to hit Dyna Blade in the head. It's gonna have to move somewhere else. That's even farther away from a spot I can easily get to. There we go, got it. Also, that counted as a defeat? I don't know, I assume the head probably takes more damage, but I guess the AI must have been doing a lot of damage because that was the only hit I clocked on it. But we got it! This is sweet. I'm surprised that only took 2 attempts. Yeah, I'm not going to stick around for getting the cannon in terms of doing more rounds of this. I can safely say that with no difficulty. That will just be an off-screen one that I do, and I'll be sure to show off the picture and anything else. But if I do any multiplayer streams of this, then perhaps we'll give it another go. Anything wrong with that Rex? Why is it? Maybe was it low health? I don't know. And somebody is trying to attack me again. What's the matter? That person doesn't all of a sudden isn't just interested anymore? They're just not interested in it? You're not interested? Oh, that's a shame. It's a real shame.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time!
Alright, what options do we got here? None of these are really that good for me. I don't think any of those were a good option, really, but I mean, I also wasn't trying to build a particularly strong machine in any facet. I just wanted it to be able to glide.
3, 2, 1, go!
But this doesn't exactly have a huge amount of glide to it. At least I can control a little bit on this of trying to hit the boosts. Groove. Nice.
Finish!
Oh, that gives the street name Dyna Blade. Nice. Alright, so that leaves only one more, and like I said, I think we'll just let that one happen naturally off-screen, or we'll do some multiplayer streams. So, for all intents and purposes, that is 3 checklists down: City Trial, Air Ride, and Road Trip. I just keep wanting to call it single-player, but it is technically a single-player mode. So now, let's move on to online mode. Before we do that, though, I want to grab something off this checklist that I know I can do pretty easily. Yeah, that'll work. Online air ride, finish in 3rd or better while riding a star-type machine. For anybody watching these before, or having watched previous episodes of the archives, you know that my memory for these is bad, so I'm going to take a screenshot of that, so I will remember it, because otherwise I will not remember it. And then we'll go into online match. Alright, so Paddock. As I create the room, I'm going to quickly bump this to intermission so that I don't get any other groups in there. I'm switching this to race with a passcode. Max number, let's just set it to like 5, I think. Oh, I'm getting a knock at my door. I guess we actually will go to intermission. Alright, that took way later. Let me try that again. That took way longer than expected. Words are hard. But there we go. Yeah, it was just my dad needing to borrow something, and I could not remember where specifically I had it. But we did manage to find it, so I'll go there. Right. What were we doing? Air ride, third or better while riding a star-type machine. I do want to do air ride, race, 6 people. It just says third or better while riding a star-type machine, so yeah, we could just do a nice, easy course. Number of laps, 1. 0. That'll work. Yes. Honestly, we might be fine with just using Warp Star.
Warp Star. Meta Knight.
That should be a fine combo, I think. Unless it decides to just give the CPUs, like, the best star for this course with extremely high top speed for every single one of them. And it does not look like that happened, so... And even then, we only need to finish in top 3.
3, 2, 1, start.
I don't think this is going to be too terribly hard.
Cutter. Needle.
Like Riders with 2 kinds of copy abilities in the same race. Okay, cool. So that was another one we just did. Attack 4 riders in a single race. Defeating an enemy using the same copy ability that they're using. Alright, cool. We got a bunch of those then. Which, granted, we hadn't done air ride in online mode at all, so of course we're going to get a bunch right out of the gate. Nice. An even 100. And now we've got more of these available, which is why I'm trying to focus on these. Team Relay. Win with a randomly selected rider. Yeah, we could do that. That shouldn't be hard at all. I think there was one that was like win every, like, go through every race without falling off the course at all. So I am going to pick a different course. Wave flow. Randomly selected rider. I'm gonna guess there's probably one with a random machine as well, so let's just go full random and see what happens. Getting a good combo here. That's actually not a bad combo. I don't mind the Wagon Star. If I'd gotten something like Rocket Star or Swerve Star, or not Swerve Star, Slick Star, that would be bad, but I think we'll be okay here. Focus on getting first and not falling off the course, which I don't think we can on this one. I know there's a few courses you can fall off, but I do not believe this is one of those courses. I have no idea between the two of these if one of them is speed-based and the other is like defense-based or turning-based, but I'll switch to the blue one in the lead, I guess. Good lead against everybody, so I'm not worried. No problemo. As is the case with the actual air ride checklist, I don't think the air ride checklist on online is going to be too terribly tough either. Oh, really? There wasn't one with a random machine. Okay. So yeah, let's do Air Ride Team Relay. 5 laps on your own. Air ride, team relay. Let's do just 2. Want the CPU levels low. 3 teams. That course is fine.
Paper Star. Meta Knight.
Can I select player first? Yeah, I'd rather select player and then
Meta Knight.
be able to see what would be a good choice here. I'll probably just take wheelie bike though.
Wheelie Bike.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This course settings. Yeah, it doesn't say how many laps. Oh, okay. Do I need to do this first? I haven't done this section at all, so I'm actually not sure.
Three, two, one, start.
Yeah, no, this has only got 2 laps. Oh, well, there was one for participating and one is finishing as a team in 3rd or better, even though I didn't do that. I mean, I guess we can put the full amount here. There's really not a way to change this, though. Yeah, how do I do... Like, I do want this, but there's nowhere to change the lap number. I mean, I'm going first on this one. It did say do 5 laps by yourself. I'm curious. I would assume if I can't change the lap number, it doesn't have to be all in one race, though. Because if it doesn't have to be all in one race, then it's not as big of a deal. I can just do this 3 times, and there we go.
Wheel.
We'll see what happens here. Also, there are cats fighting outside now because, you know, more noise. It's great.
Rocket Star.
Oh, I guess that automatically changed it because I did not choose to change it. So maybe you have to do this? I guess we'll find out. I'm not going to blame Starman too much for losing this if he does, though, given the star that he is stuck with, because that's pretty unfortunate. He would have been much better off getting just, like, a plain old work star, honestly. Yeah, looks like he got 4. It kept flying between 4th and 6th, so I actually don't know what he ended up in. 4th, apparently. Okay. Yes, let me see this. Yeah, okay, so that's not that bad then. You just need to do that a couple times. So yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. Are there any other air ride ones here? These are all top ride ones. Like I said, I want to kind of save those for last. Ride on 3 different machines. I could do that. There's all courses. So you should be able to get 2 of those, so this will be the only hidden one. I want to save top down for last since we haven't touched it here either, and I know these can carry over to other versions, so that's kind of why I'm intentionally waiting on that. Alright. Same thing all over again. Team relay. Yes. I will switch to Swerve Star.
Meta Knight.
Because on a stage like this, Swerve Star should be fine. It really should. There's not that much to this one. This does turn pretty fast, so... Plus, it also does not matter if we win this. This is just a case of doing the lap. Alright. Bulk Star, that is definitely better than Rocket Star, that's for sure. I don't know why you're giving tips. I'm not the one racing, my guy. Yeah, I do think if you were to actually play this, you would want your weakest racers at the beginning of your team and your strongest ones toward the end. Nice overtake though there. That was really good. Might be one for winning one of those, maybe. Nope, I guess not. Okay. Let's switch to an oldie but a goodie. Sure, I'll put myself in slot 2. Maybe there's something weird like win the race for your team or something, meaning you have to go last. Since these are just completing it with X amount of times and X amount of machines, it doesn't really matter. I feel like this one would do okay on this map. There's not much reason to switch it off of bike mode, though. There's a couple ramps, but not any big ones by any stretch. Alright, let's roll. I will say relay is a good idea in particular for air riders because you don't need to be holding down the A button when it starts. You just go. Should be the 3 different machines. I think it was 3. It might have been 5. Oh, maybe not. Either way, we're still going through the other one, so no big deal there. How about the Paper Star this time
Paper
around?
Star. Meta Knight.
Sure, why not? Care if I go first or second now that I know it's a case of, oh, you don't tag out, it's just a case of each person gets a lap, I assume. That's what it seems like, because I think it had more laps with, like, bigger teams but less team amounts. So if there was only 3 teams, but there was, like, 3 people racing on each team. Which, if you're not tagging out and you're going by lap, makes sense, because otherwise be getting one person that inevitably would not be getting a lap. Right, on a total of 3 different machines. Alright, there's that one done. I thought I'd also use Warp Star, though. I guess not. So I guess it was just Shadow, Swerve, and Paper. Huh. Oh well. Bro, you're gonna need to charge that. It's not... Yeah, there you go. It doesn't take that much time to charge. Like... You almost actually got second place out of that. I would have been impressed. Though really, all he had to do was just charge it like a tiny bit before he got on the rails at the end, and he probably would have gotten second. Potentially even first. It's not that hard to manage that star, honestly. Alright, so we need to do one more round of that. Man, that boost, charge, and turn are just awful. They're so bad.
Chariot.
We'll take Chariot. Why not? Oh, nice. I've got somebody on my team that's got a Shadow Star. Fuck yeah.
3, 2, 1, start!
They're not letting me down with that. Alright, let's roll.
Chariot.
So it doesn't have glide, but it is faster in the air, so that's something. Salvaged it. Not that it mattered, but still. There might be one for like, hey, start the final lap in last place and then end up in first by the end of the lap. I don't know if that would be on teams, but I could see it being a one for Air Ride or online Air Ride. Alright, what's this corner one? Complete a full lap while being ahead of last place without being overtaken. Have I not done that? Interesting. We'll just do a normal race with like 3 laps then, I guess, for that one. I'll probably move it down to 2 riders as well, just in case it's being dumb with certain requirements of like, oh, there's 6 people, so you need to be in 5th place. So we'll just move it to 2, so it's very obvious that there can only be one one thing. I'll actually keep Chariot. Chariot's fine enough. It's decently fast. It turns well. There's no need for gliding through the air on this. Yeah, Chariot will do fine.
Three, two, one, start!
Oh, he's actually faster than me. Maybe we need to give him a pretty poopy star then. Luckily, I know just the one. Oh, you can just set it to none. That's funny. Okay. I do want to keep Chariot. Maybe we can up the top speed a little bit here.
Bandana Waddle Dee!
Oh, you actually can't control CPU stats on this. That, however, will probably not be going too terribly fast. Speaking from somebody that uses that a fair bit.
3, 2, 1, start!
Yeah, I think he's going to be in trouble this time.
Plasma! Final lap!
Keep on poking.
Cutter!
I think it is safe to say we're in the clear on this one. Whee!
Finish!
And there we go. Full lap while ahead of last place and not being overtaken. Yeah, that could literally just mean, like, you could be 5th out of 6 because you are ahead of last place and stay in 5th out of 6th for a full lap, which means that you have not been overtaken. That one's very strangely worded. Pass the baton to the next player without dropping in position. Oh, so you probably need multiple racers for that one. Finish with a machine that is close to breaking. We could do that one next, since that one with the passing the baton off might be a little difficult. And we'll just put on Paper Star since it's not got a lot of health.
Paper Star! Paper Star! Waddle Dee!
And it just said finish the race, it didn't say win, so I can take my time in getting hit by things.
3, 2, 1, start!
Although I might need to switch to Kirby actually because Bandana Waddle Dee will automatically attack things and I don't want that. So we'll switch to Kirby instead.
Kirby! Paper Superstar.
Alright, let's try that one more time. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I genuinely appreciate the fact that because online mode is something that a lot of people would not want to play, is that A, it appears you can do most, if not all of these, without actually having to compete against other humans. And B, and more importantly, the challenges in particular on this one seem pretty freaking easy. I am still getting not damaged here. There we go. I don't know how close I have to be to destruction exactly here. It seems like only the enemies with the copy abilities are the ones that damage you. That's kind of odd.
Fire.
Yeah, I don't want any power up. Well, yeah, if they cross the bridge, then obviously I'm not going to go back that way. Oh, I did set this to 2 laps, though, so we can actually keep going here. I forgot I had to change it off of 1 lap. Yeah, I don't want UFO. I want to get damaged. Yeah, I think that should be good. What we gotta do is not die. Surely anything in a red state would be good enough, right? That thing is smoking like a cigarette. Jeez. Oh, did that work? 10 laps as well. Nice. Extreme. That's one word for it, sure. So play 3 of each of the classic game modes. I'm pretty sure top-down's the only one we don't have there. Top ride. I'll keep calling it top-down, probably. Inhale or capture 3 of the same kind of enemy at once. We could probably do that one. That's on any mode. Activate your special 3 times in a single race. We could just add more laps and do that. I'll probably do that on a bigger course, though, since there was one for doing every race without crashing. Let's go to Airtopia. 7 laps, that's probably more than enough, but that's okay. And then we'll just hunt for a spot where there's a lot of the same enemy around, which theoretically shouldn't be too hard. Probably should have turned the retire ability off, but that's alright. Does mean I have to avoid falling off at any point in the race here, otherwise it will not count towards that. Also, I think that was the jet I was looking for earlier, of like getting one of every power-up. With any luck, it will be there when we get back. Or on another lap or something. Curious if there's a way to get your health back in a ride if you've got retirement turned on.
Freeze.
Well, we shall see as we continue, I guess. Let's say maybe finishing a lap gives you some health back. No, it does not. guess that jet rolls back around. That was weird. Yeah, there you are. Two at the same time. There was no third one there, though. Like I said, I don't see any on this one where there's 3 or more. I think that first stage, actually, Flurry of Fields is the correct one for that. He's actually not that far behind me. Slashing away. Yeah, there were 4 of them there, but those are pretty far apart. I don't know if I could have gotten them all. I thought 7 was going to be too many laps to get our special activated 3 times, but I'm not so sure. Have we done it once or twice? I feel like it would have popped just then, so I think that was number 2. So probably get it on lap 5, maybe 6, so maybe 7 wasn't actually that far off. Go figure, huh? I guess I'll take Jet again, even though I didn't feel like it made much of a difference. Well, it did that time. Maybe it takes startup time, and it didn't activate the first time for whatever reason. It really didn't feel like it made a difference the first time. But I think I was also using my special, so that might have been why. It would appear the AI has confidently fallen quite far behind me at this point. There it is. Good hit on that last one. I got a bunch of enemies. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know if Steel Ball is too terribly great for this race. I'm going to remove that. Luckily, there was a thing to keep me alive there, because if there was not, I definitely would have fallen off the map just then. I guess there's not much reason to continue the race, but I am going to go ahead and do it. We'll get a bunch of coins for it. It'll mark off one of those of go through all the courses without falling off. And we've only got 2 laps left out of 7, so, I mean, at this point, you might as well see it through, right?
Plasma.
It's not an easy thing to stay on right there. Definitely imagine if you were using a star with very poor turning that would be extremely difficult. Like with the slick star, forget it. There's no way. There's no way you'd be able to do it. Love how much of the track you can see on the grind rails on this course in particular. You can see like all the way back to the start of the waterfall section.
Final lap.
Alright, one more to go.
Sword.
Oops. Sure, we'll take this path again, see if I can manage to stay on it a second time.
Freeze.
All that for freeze, huh? Wow, that's a letdown.
Flash.
That's even worse. Let's just get rid of that. I don't want flash. I love that one little dude just, like, gradually floating down to his death on an umbrella over there, the Waddle Dee. Parasol is not an ability in this game. It is in quite a few other Kirby games, but not an air ride. So I don't know what it would really do. Like, there's already glide increasing copy abilities anyway, so really no need to have another one. I like a bit of coins for that. Yeah, 4,000. I was supposed to say, that was a long race, so it should give a fair bit. More themes. Very nice. I like how this picture is turning out. It's very adorable thus far. So yeah, we'll wait on that. I'm kind of going from top to bottom. I'll keep working on that one, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. That's City Trial. I'm looking for Air Ride. City Trial Stadium, Top Ride. City Trial, Top Ride, Top Ride. A lot of Top Rides in here. Which I guess makes sense. We've cleared out basically 2/3, so most of these should be. Okay, so we need to do more of the doing laps on your own. Open the paddock a total of 5 times. I guess I could do that too. Finish with Kirby while riding on a Warp Star. I could do that. Let's go ahead and adjust some settings, though very quickly. Let's also exit the paddock and reopen it, since we do need to do that. I guess technically you could open it and exit it multiple times, so I may go ahead and do that for one of these. And no, I've not been using 1111 for all my passcodes. I'm hoping there's not anybody else in here. That would be really awkward. So before I open this one, I am going to take a quick bathroom break, and then I'll see you guys when I open this up. So we'll leave it on that screen for me, and on intermission for you. Alright, we are back. There we go. Open a paddock a total of 5 times. I think there might have been one for 10 as well, but I'm not completely sold on that. I do know there was one for winning, I think it was winning a race, with Kirby on Warp Star. Let's do that. And I'll see if I can get the 3 enemies in one inhale to get that one as well. Against a bulk... I don't know how to do against a bulk star. Though the AI is not very good at using the bulk stars we saw when we had one on our team, so we might be okay. Okay, I don't know where that dude came from, but whatever. Any on this one, our best bet would probably be somewhere in here. It's looking like a no on that one. Also, as a side note, the goal noise for an AI or like a non-U player crossing the goal is the same as an achievement popping, so that's a bit odd. Oh, I did get the Inhaler Capture 3 at the same time. I didn't get the Kirby on a Warp Star one, which is a bit odd. I need to go find that one again, though, now. Luckily, we're at the point where there's not many air ride ones left, so that's 10 laps on your own on multiplayer. This is hide above the lamp. I still don't know where that one's looking for specifically, so I'm going to have to look that one up, because I thought I did that one. Oh, this is Team Relay. Okay. So we'll go do Team Relay and put Kirby on a Warp Star. Yes. And I'm all, this is setting up / lap 2 is going on. I'll figure out about that other one. Video up. It does say right out of the gate that it recommends Starman, but it can be done with others. Starman jumps higher, so that makes sense, since it's literally the high jump copy ability. Also, ow. Needle. Nobody else gets needle. No needle for you. Alright. Oh, there's the 5 different machines. I do gotta wonder if you, like, crossed the line and had an ability, did your teammate get that ability? Wait, so that's the lamp? That's not a lamp at all. What? Alright, we'll give it a try, but that's definitely not a lamp. That's not even on the same part of the paddock. Also, congrats to Slime for keeping the lead there. Good job, buddy. So what else is there? That one... 10 laps on your own. This one's just sitting there. Gummy's an online play, which I'm not sure how you do that one. I think you actually have to have other racers in there with you on that one. Defeat every enemy at least once. Really? We've not defeated Mike? I know he's called Walkie, but I'm kind of surprised by that, but okay. And complete all courses. Use every copy ability. Missile. It wasn't jet. It was missile. And again, I think that's in top down. I think that's where that one is. So yeah, 10 laps on your own. And were there any other air ride ones? Yeah, just that one. Alright, so 10 laps on your own, and then we'll try hiding above the thing as well. So apparently, according to this, the lamp is, like, here? I'm going to switch to Starman, though, since it said that that was easier.
Starman.
Nope, I didn't want to enter that. It's saying, like, here was above the lamp. I'm going to watch it one more time. Yeah, it literally is just, like, here, according to this. Because the other ones were, like, on top of the TV, which you already did. I figured this was the lamp. This is the closest thing to one. I think I see what it's referring to, though. Yeah, there we go. So apparently that light right there, you can see it at the very, very top where the blue rectangles are. Apparently that's the lamp. I don't believe that for a second, but according to this, that's the lamp. Alright, let's switch this up to crystalline fissure.
Kirby.
Come on, Kirby.
Wheelie bike.
We'll just do this. So yeah, we'll just keep doing those remaining laps, working on the remaining courses, and then that should be it for all of the air ride ones, except for that pass the baton and keep the same one, keep the same position. Which I'll probably figure out how to finagle the settings to do that best, of putting on as few teams as possible. I don't think it matters if he falls off. But putting on as few teams as possible, and then just seeing what place I get the control for, and then adjusting accordingly. Ideally, if I only need 2 teams, then I would just literally keep it on the same team, but it's sounding like you have to have at least 3, which still shouldn't be that hard, because if you're in first, you just stay in first. If you're last, you stay in last. Second would be the only semi-difficult one to do. I also don't know if it means, like, when you cross the line at the end of your lap, you need to be in the same position, or you need to hold that position for literally the entire lap. If that's the case, then you would prefer that they give the baton to you while they're in last, because last is going to be the easiest position to maintain, because you just don't move. But if it's first or second, and especially second, would be the hardest one for sure. You have to go fast enough to get away from last, but slow enough that you're not overtaking anybody. Bruh, you're so bad at this. I was just about to say, whenever he was getting all those kills, of wow, he's doing a really good job, and then that happened. Avoid falling off here. Yeah, you can play with that. this. Sure, we can just throw that right there, and someone can have a gale time with it, as the saying goes. Very nice. Alright, I'm going to check one more time for any other air ride ones besides the ones we're doing. So that one I'm going to wait on. This one, I guess, technically could be one, but we can't see it, so no big deal there. So yeah, 10 laps on your own for Team Relay. That's top right. And then complete all courses without falling off cliff. That does... Oh, no, this is just normal air ride, so we're not even getting it on there. Okay, so we should just be doing the small courses for that. But yes, those are the only two. And yes, the play every course does include the classic courses as well. Alright, so we'll just do the quick courses for Team Rayleigh and do that 3 more times. To Fantasy Meadows, because I think this one is technically a little bit faster. Alright.
Three, two, one, start!
That was not the most graceful landing I've seen. Alright, for the record, I got you there in first place. It was not by a lot, but I cannot be blamed for doing poorly as a team on this one. Which, he's using Rocket Star, so if he fails, I mean, really, can you blame him that much? Why don't you just, like, stopped after he crossed the line? That was really weird. I'm not entirely certain what happened there. Alright. Let's just do that exact same thing all over again. Racing in the second lap for this one.
3, 2, 1, start!
So it looks like it bumped us back to Fields instead. Okay. But yeah, I do think the OG one was a faster lap, so... So probably between the time it takes to switch courses, ultimately, it's going to be the same speed. That's a nice shot with Cutter there, got 4 of them. Either 8 or 9. Nope, not top right either. Team relay. Back to Fantasy Meadows. On this one I will be racing first.
3, 2, 1, start!
There's Abby. There we go, that's 10 laps. Also, either that wore off at exactly the right time, or no, if you have a copy ability, it does not transfer to your teammate whenever their lap starts. They'll say the one weakness, its ability to turn. That's not its only weakness, it has plenty of those. Sorry, Battle Chariot. If that had been more of a straightaway course, or if that had been at the beginning with that U-turn, probably would have been okay, but... oh well, can't win them all. Yeah, there's the open the paddock 10 times, so I might do that one real quick as well. But now, for now, we'll do the air ride complete course without falling off a cliff, and we'll just set them to 1 lap each. Race. Crystalline Fissure, 1 lap. I think I will just keep what I've got. I could switch to Paper Star for better control, sure, but ultimately, as long as I'm not falling off, it doesn't matter. And there's really only one section on this course to fall off, and that's right at the beginning.
3, 2, 1, start! Final lap! Freeze!
Wheel. There we go. Speed, spark. 2 for 2.
Sleep!
Nope, not even a little. I guess theoretically you might be allowed to get your health back from sleep. That could be one thing potentially you could get it back from. There are some Kirby games where sleep does that. It actually does give you your health back. It's not many, but every now and again it'll let you do that. So maybe on this one they would.
Freeze!
Nice.
Finish!
Also, those guys definitely respawned like immediately after they were destroyed, which was really funny. Alright. next? I think it's the steampunk one. Yes, it is. Needless to say, these challenges, like the ones we're doing in particular right now, are not very hard. They're just time-consuming. And even then, it's not that much time since you can set it to 1 lap.
3, 2, 1, start! Final lap! Fighter!
Oh, I didn't even think about it. Now that I just saw it, there was like a little steam gust there. I bet that's how you get to the other one of these little... Oops. That's probably how you get to the other one of those little things. I just saw that little tiny thing of steam. I'll bet that's what it was.
Fire!
This is going to be the difficult spot with the bike, of not falling off. Which I don't actually know if you can hear specifically, but you're still going to want to be careful.
Finish!
Grab that fighter and then just immediately throw it away. It's fine. The fighter is one of my favorite abilities, and I think most people would argue it's probably one of the better ones as well throughout the series. Traditionally, it's going to be in the top half. Alright. Where are we heading now? Caverns, alright. I will argue I think this one might be a little too similar, at least in the picture for sure, to the other crystal one. Crystalline fissure. But like this part of it doesn't look similar at all. They should have used a screenshot from this section, the more jungle part of it. Slashy. Ow. Good advantage here. He's not good at getting through that section. Nice. And we are in the clear. Grab another fighter and throw it away. Murder that man for literally no reason. Alright, I know we're not up to the space one yet. Siberian Highway. Up against my usual ally of the Shadow Star.
3, 2, 1.
How fitting I say, like,
Final lap.
the ally being the machine and not the rider. But to be fair, in the original game, there was only 3 options, and one of them did not use a vehicle, and the other one was locked into a single vehicle. Ooh, what's over here? I don't recall seeing this. I don't know if that's faster or not, but either way. We probably shouldn't touch those. I'm gonna take this path, but that's alright. No getting out of that one. It's fine, we are way ahead of the other racer right now. Even before getting on that grind rail.
Finish.
Mount Amber Falls, which is probably my favorite new course. There we go. Couldn't get a text to load on Teams for some reason. I finally just decided to load what was missing there.
Final lap.
Sure, why not? We'll use the special to defeat that one singular enemy. Good to know the food actually does heal, I guess. It's on this one. Alright, that's all of the new courses for this, other than that last one. Alright, there we go.
Three, two, one, start. Final lap.
Hi, Slickstar. How's it going?
Fire.
wonder how much health that has left now after it just took quite a beating. She's got hit again. Oh yeah, that thing is smoking. It has not got much left in it. Oh, I thought that was going to be it right there. I'm not going to lie. I thought that was going to be the end of that machine. Oh, if it hits one of these, though, it's definitely toast. Ah, of course I fell off. Alright. That's what I get for trying to just destroy the machine instead. That said, I do think I will turn retirement off so I can use the paper star. So I'd like something with more control and flight on this one. So let's do that.
Paper star.
Cool. See how this goes for Noir DDD on the Hop Star. Looks like he's got the speed advantage, so he's probably won this since there's no retirement. This is a particularly long, straight track. I just do not think Flash is worth doing a full charge to boost when you could just get the boost normally. And you have to charge it fully to get anything out of it. Yeah, doesn't seem like it's worth it. Well, at least I got the lead for a little bit here. Terrible one to get. Nope, I thought that was a ramp for some reason. Ow! Murder that. The ball sack explodes, as it often does. And somehow we won that. I don't know how we won that. But oh well, we did. Alright, that's all the new courses. Now we can do the retros. already done Fantasy Meadows, but this is a short one anyway, so we'll go ahead and do it regardless.
Cherry.
What'll be on Transform, huh?
3, 2, 1, start! Final lap.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'd say on paper these are decently evenly matched.
Needle. Finish.
Finish while using a copy ability. Oh. Oh, that was one of the blank ones. Oh, okay. I was like, how did I not catch that multiple times? That was the one that we could not see. Okay, good. So I'm not stupid. It was literally, there was no way for me to know that. Machine Rider, I think I will go with...
Warp Star.
Yeah.
Kirby.
Chariot won't do well on this one in particular because of certain sections, and Paper Star is not very fast, so... Speaking of the Paper Star...
3, 2, 1, start! Final lap. Plasma.
This is really the only spot. It's semi-easy to fall off, and it's not even that hard, or not even that easy to stay on the course. Guess I can't grab that for some reason. Oh, no, he's going to overtake me because it's going to be faster in this section.
Needle.
Oh no, he didn't overtake me, somehow.
Finish.
I'm not sure how he didn't, but for whatever reason, he did not. Alright. That's Celestial Valley done. Sky Sands. I'll go back to Chariot for this one, I think.
Cherry.
This is probably the racetrack from the retros that I played the least. I don't know if that was a combination of I just didn't care for this one, which I don't think is true. I do remember liking this one, and I like it now. I think it was probably just this had some of the easier challenges in original Air Ride, so as a result I just wasn't playing on it as frequently. So we can get the underground tunnel here. Hit the button, didn't get underneath the actual switch though. Well, it is definitely not going to matter here given our competition and what vehicle they're stuck on, so we're good either way.
Sword.
'Cause that was not even close. To be fair, I'm not even sure what particular race course the Rex Wheelie would be best suited for. It might do okay on Nebula Belt. That one it might be pretty good on. I do not want Flurry Fields. I want Frozen Hillside, which I think I will keep Chariot for. Chariot should honestly be good for most of these. I probably won't switch off of it. If I do, it'll only be one other time. And then I'll probably go to Swerve Star for Nebula Belt.
3, 2, 1, start! Final lap!
Oh, hi. How's it going? I'll take this sort of magenta colored line.
Sword!
Yeah, that's really where the Chariot Star can shine, is on that section right there.
Freeze! Finish!
Oh, he actually almost caught up there at the end. Wow. Was not expecting that. Right. Magma flows. Yeah, this is like one theoretically I could have just done throughout, but I actually still think this would have been faster than like, oh, do each lap on the baton pass or whatever
2, 1,
and do a full lap.
final lap!
I still think this would be faster.
Sword!
Let's just go grab the line. Dang it.
Plasma!
I thought I was going to be in trouble on this section in particular because of his star, but I guess not. I guess we're okay. Something must have happened that caused him to flounder, though. He did catch up pretty quickly towards the end there, but I think the slowdown's actually what's causing that, because I think he's still going at normal speed. Since you've already crossed the line, it doesn't really matter. And it still has to give normal times for everybody else. I think Beanstalk Park is the next one. Yes, it is. And yeah, I'll just keep Chariot, I think. I'll probably keep it through Checker Knights. That's the one. There's one other one besides Nebula Belt that we haven't done. Oh well, we'll get to it when we get to it.
3, 2, 1, start! Final lap!
Nice, I actually hit it that time. I do think with the right setup and dodging certain things on this one, this absolutely is one of the faster lap times you can get across all the courses. like, sure, the default is going to be the fastest one by quite a bit, but this would probably be about a minute on the timer, I'm going to guess. Yeah, a little bit less. Man, he was not even a little bit close. Oh, the factory one. That's the other one. Yeah, we can leave Chariot on for the factory one. There we go. I just remember what it was. I was thinking it was a water-based one. I'm like, no, but I do remember the color blue. But yeah, it's because the factory. Yeah, it's got a fair bit of blue in it. Oh, the Slick Star. Oh, no. That's going to go very poorly on a course like this.
3, 2, 1, start! Final lap!
I don't actually know which of these pathways are faster, but it doesn't really matter. Gordo there. Pretty rare for a air ride mode. And to the shock and awe of no one, the Slick Star did not do well. Alright, that leaves Checker Knights for the penultimate. I'll probably give that baton passing in the same position. I'll probably give that one a try and see if there's a way to do that one relatively easily.
3, 2, 1, start! Final lap!
Oh, hold on. Phone alarm is going off. Oh, I actually can't pause it. Oops. Oh well, I didn't fall off, so I guess we're okay. That was not an alarm for me to finish streaming. That was more of a, like, hey, if you're not awake by this point, you need to be awake. But I beat that by about 3 hours, a little bit more than 3 hours, so. It's 8:35 now, but I got up at about 4:45. Which for anybody, if that sounds like a weird time to get up, I work overnight, so that's why it's weird. I went to bed at about 9, so it's actually a pretty reasonable amount of time to get sleep. That poor Waddle Dee, he just ran right into that star shot. No problemo. And last but not least, as promised, I will switch over to
Kirby Star!
let's roll.
3, 2, 1, start! Final lap!
Was not paying attention. What was he using? Oh, I think that's Rocket Star. Or not Rocket Star. Maybe it is Rocket Star. It's the red one. Either way. That'll be confusing with another one. None of these are really helping for, like, racing points, but it is funny that every attack is connecting. There we go. Will basically make no difference here, I'm afraid. Alright, there we go. That is complete. All courses without falling off a cliff. I'm gonna look one more time. I'm not gonna count just like generic online ones here just yet. Especially considering, again, some of those enemies are probably in top-down. I can do the paddock opening. That one shouldn't be that bad. That is City Trial Stadium. Copy ability, I think that last one's in top-down. That's my guess anyway. That one's just in general. That one, again, is in general. I might just leave the paddock on and get that one. I think it's literally just this air ride one up here. I think the rest of these are not air ride based. Alright, so it's just this one for air ride, which is pass the baton to the next player without dropping in position. I'm going to look this up to make sure I do it right. See if I get anything. Okay, this is saying try setting it so there are 3 races on each team. Shuffle the order until you're in the middle. All you need to do is finish your segment without falling behind in position from the position you're given. Alright, let's give it a shot. Which it just says on each team. You could potentially just do it with 2 teams. We're going to see. I'm just going to do it with 2 teams, set it to 3. So we'll go with a low number here. I think this will be a good choice.
Kirby.
And then just shuffle until... There we go. We end up in the center. Alright, let's see how this goes. So all I gotta do is just pay attention to what position he is in. And I would actually prefer him to be in second when he hands it off to me, because that would be easier. But it may not count that, since that's last place. You're technically holding position, but that's not a good thing. Not if you're in last, so it may count and it may not. We'll just see what happens. They're actually racing pretty evenly, though. Figured that the Warp Star would have been in the lead between these two by a fair bit, actually. Alright, so I need to stay, oh gosh, against the Slick Star too. I'm gonna have to go like wicked slow. Bro, you gotta go faster than this, my guy. I'm having to just like play the worst See, if he had finished it first, I could have cruised past this guy. Alright, there we go. Perfect. Alright, let's just... Well, nah, we'll go ahead and let him finish the race out. Why not? Formula's good. I don't know about on this map in particular. It's straight away enough, but it's got that really nasty U-turn at the end. Dude, charge the bulk star. What are you doing? Like I said, I've grown newfound respect for the bulk star, but if you're gonna use it like an idiot, then yeah, of course it's not gonna do well. Yeah, he's gonna get smoked at the end. He absolutely could have turned that around, though. That U-turn was his chance to win. And to be fair, if I was not intentionally sandbagging, we absolutely would have won that regardless, because that Slick Star was doing so bad. Because at that point, no matter how much the Bulk Star messed up, he would have absolutely beat him regardless. Professional. Nice. Alright, cool. Alright, so now I'm going to be looking for basically any paddock ones. And I guess technically the online ones, so yeah. I'll open 10 ones up. I'll sit in there for 2 minutes, I guess. And I think those are really the only ones we had left. Oh, that's just play the 3 classic game modes and quick match, okay. Alright, so yeah, let's just open up more paddocks and then we'll sit in one of the paddocks for a minute or two. So if you're watching, don't even bother joining, because by the time that you actually get in, it's already going to be booted right back out. I'm literally just picking numbers at random here. Okay, that's number 7. I'm not going to do too terribly much more after this, since I do need to get ready to head to work. But it is nice to know we'll basically have all of online, the air ride part done, and I guess most of the in-lobby stuff. I think the gummies were the only thing left, aside from the 2 that we're doing right now. And that one I'll have to double check and see how that one works in particular. Just open the paddock, and then I'll just leave this here for like the remaining minute and a half necessary on the timer to have it open for 30 minutes. So yeah, in the meantime, let me look about the how do you get gummies on this? I'm just looking at the wiki on this one. Interesting. I'm not quite sure if I follow on this. So I'm just reading this. Gummies are obtained during the end results from racers who are ranked lower than the player. Players can obtain a gummy from each lower ranked racer when playing online. Offline players can obtain gummies from CPUs, but will not receive one for every lower ranked racer. That doesn't really make any sense. And there we go. There's the 30 minutes. So let's back out of this. Okay, that's 122 out of 150. I'm going to take one more look here. I know there's some that are just in general, but I'm looking specifically for either paddock or air ride. And there should not be any more. And there won't be that many city trials either. And yeah, I probably will just go ahead and call it here, I think, unless I see any other obvious ones, but I don't think there should be. Yep, most of these are city trial or top-down. Okay, cool. Before we end off, though, of course, as is tradition, let's see what we can get. I know we're basically done with most of this. So all the icons are done. Those are done. Themes. We do have more themes left. All the themes. Okay, frames. Which, let's be honest, probably the least exciting thing to unlock. There's not many. And then lastly, the stickers. Actually, there's going to be a lot of these. Yeah, there's still quite a bit of those to go. Yeah, just the stickers and then the remaining sounds, which these will also take a fair bit. Let that play for a minute. But yes, that will do it for me for the eve, since I do have work. Schedule this week. Yeah, no, keep playing the Invincible Candy. I want to keep hearing that. Schedule this week. I do not work Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and no, I will not be accepting call-ins by my boss, especially since he has decided to go full stupid as of late, and has self-fulfilled his prophecy of people are not taking me seriously, so let me make a bunch of new policies, and by making those new policies, everyone went from taking him seriously to no longer taking him seriously. So I will not be accepting call-ins anymore. That will not be happening for me. So I will have those days off. I'll definitely stream one of those days / nights. Not sure which yet. Probably Friday or Saturday. I think Saturday would be the most likely, but don't count on that for sure. It will either be more of this. We might work on Wind Waker, potentially, depending on how Icarus is feeling, but also that is the 20th. So that is getting close to holidays. And I don't know if her plans are to travel and see family, if family is coming here, if they are coming here, what day are they coming here. Like, technically it's none of my business, but I do need to know if she's busy. She doesn't have to give me details, but if she is busy with that stuff, then obviously if I know, then I can be like, oh yeah, cool, then I'll work on something else. So, one of those days, as is per usual, I will get this archived probably tonight, provided I don't have babysitting duty with second staff. And other than that, should it be pretty good to go. Again, you can check out any of the archives for both Air Riders as well as anything we've done in the past down below on my channel page with all of that good stuff. So for now, let's go raid an NCS. If I could get out of the way, thank you. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you later in the week for more Kirby Air Riders, where it looks like we will probably do online city trial. We might even be officially moving to top-down, potentially, depending on how fast the city trial stuff goes. We'll see what happens. Take care, y'all.